Hello everyone, welcome to the lesson 2 of this series for your trading journey. And in this lesson 2, as I mentioned already, you are going to be learning how to master your entries. That's how to take high probability trades. You are going to be looking at your chart and to know exactly when it is the best time for you to enter a trade, how you are going to enter that trade with confidence, and how you are going to avoid false signal. So when trading forex, there is one thing to know where the market is actually going, and another thing is to know exactly when to enter to follow that market in exactly where it's going. And that is what separates the gurus in forex trading from those who does not really know it. That's the newbies. So that's what we are going to be learning today. Having in mind that you've watched the previous video on lesson 1 that talks about the tools you are going to need on your chart, I'm going to just go straight in to the steps that you need to identify your entry levels. The first step is for you to confirm your trend with your 200 EMA. That is just the way you're looking at my chart now on a 15 minutes time frame on GBP USD. Currently on this previous level here, you can see that the market is currently above the EMA indicator, so we can rightly say it's on an uptrend. It's on an uptrend. That's the first thing you want to do. You want to know where your trend is, because you don't want to trade against the trend. Then the next thing you want to do is to identify your support or resistance zone. Just as we mentioned it earlier, that your support zone is where the market find it difficult to break below. It's always bouncing off it to the upside. Like this one here that I marked here, all this side here, these are support zone. Then for resistance zone, the resistance zone is always where it finds it difficult to break above. Like from here, these ones here, these are your resistance zone. So that's the next thing you want to find. So find your support zone or your resistance zone. Then the third step is for you to wait for a strong entry candle. That is those candles that I mentioned in the previous lesson. As you can see, I believe you are seeing my chart here. I mentioned all those numbers of bars, those bullish engulfing bar, bearish engulfing bar, spinning top, doji, white marubozu. I mentioned it in details. I mentioned all the types of candle formation and what they mean. So that is the next thing you want to do. You want to spot those candle at those your zone. Then you are going to place your stop loss correctly. That is, you are going to place your stop loss below the wick of that confirmation candle. If it is for a buy, it will be below that wick. If it is for a sell, it's going to be above that wick. Then for your TP, you are going to be targeting a minimum of times 2 or times 3 of what you are targeting. Meaning, if you are risking 10 pips, you are going to be targeting 20 or 30 pips. Then in order for you to measure those things, you are going to be using a tool on your TradingView app that is called the long or short tool. Now I'm going to give you an example of how it is done. For example, let me take this first one as my example here, this one here. So let me just zoom. Let me zoom closer. Okay, let me delete this box and start afresh. Let me just delete this box and start afresh. So now this is the chart. And as you can see, the current market, according to what we're expecting, this current market here is below the EMA, meaning is a downtrend. And what we are going to be looking for is a sell opportunity. So the first step mentioned that we should know the trend of the market, and we've identified that as a downtrend. The second step said we should look for support or resistance. But in this case, since it's a downtrend, what we are going to be looking for is resistance. That is where the market is finding it difficult to break above. So the first thing I normally do is to change it to line chart so that I can see clearly, and I can see that it's finding it difficult to break above. From here it bounced down, from here again it bounced down. So what I'm going to do is I bring out my horizontal line, place it at least on the lowest one, then I change it back to bar chart, then I draw my zones just the way I taught you in the previous lesson. I draw my zones like this, then I draw it to the future of the chart, yes, which is my far right. You can now delete the line charts. All these things you need to practice it so that you can know exactly how it is done. Then the third thing that we are expected to do now is to look for confirmation candles. So this is the first stop. This is the first stop here. Let me bring out this my arrow. Just bear with me. Okay, so this is it. This is the first stop here. This is another one here, and this is the one I wanted to trade. Let's imagine that it has not drawn. This is the one I wanted to trade. So what I'm now looking for is I should look for a confirmation candle inside this point. So as soon as the market came back to this side, what confirmation candle did you see? First, I can say I'm seeing this particular candle as a confirmation candle. This one that the arrow is currently on top. I'm seeing it as a confirmation candle, as you can see. This one here, if you are looking at it. Now, what is the name of this candle? Let's go to the Telegram page and check for the name. Let's look for the name on the Telegram page. Okay, I think this is it, the shooting star, and it's a bearish pattern, meaning whenever it forms here is indicating a strong sell. Beautiful. And as you can see, it has formed here, so we can say we are expecting a sell movement. Now, according to the way I mentioned it, the first thing we want to do is we want to open our sell position at the end, as soon as the candle close. So in this case, that is the downtrend, is a sell signal. What we are going to be needing is our short position measuring tools. You tap on it and you bring it to when that candle close, depending on where your entry is. This is where my own entry is. I tap on it once. Now, as soon as I tap on it, what I will now do is my stop loss, I want to set it. I drag this stop loss to that tip of the tip of the tip of the candle. Sorry. Okay, so this is the candle here, and let me target the week. Alright, so this is the week, and according to what I'm seeing here, my measuring tools is telling me that from the entry point to the week is about 11 pips. So if that measurement is 11 pips, I'll add 5 pips to it, which is 16 pips. So I'll drag my stop loss now above till I see 16, and this is it, 16 pips. So now it's for me to calculate 16 times 3, is that 45? I guess that is what it should be. So that's what I'm now going to target. I'll now bring my take profit to 45. So I've measured finish now. Now, how do I know my parameters? After measuring it, you can cross check. You can see, so I'm expecting to enter the trade around this point. Then my stop loss will be here, meaning if this candle eventually break above and started going up, I'm not going to take that trade. It's on loss. And this is where I'm going to hit my TP. So if you now look at this part of the chart, you see this white one here. The way I set my own, I color this white or gray. This gray figure here is my entry price. This red figure here is my stop loss, while this green figure here is my TP, and that is how I'm now going to trade it on my MT4 app. That is simply how to just mark my trade. So this one is a sell example. Now let me look for a buy example. Let me just look for a buy example. Okay, beautiful. I think can I judge that one as a buy example? Okay, I think I've seen one as a buy. Let me take this one. I think I need to pause the video. Alright, so for the buy, for the buy. As you can see, this is the trade is currently above the EMA, and we're looking for a buy. That means it's an uptrend, so we're looking for a buy. So I calculated this place as my first bounce. Yes, that's one, and this is my second bounce. That is two. Beautiful. So this, we can judge this place as a support level. It has bounced off here once, it has bounced off here second time. So I'm looking for a chart pattern, or a candlestick pattern inside this level. So let's check. Did I see anyone? Did I actually see anyone? Okay, beautiful. I think I've seen one. Now look closely. Look closely. There's a pattern in here that we are seeing. Look at this pattern here. As you can see, we can see three green candles. 1, 2, 3, and there's a name that we give that. Let's check the chart pattern. Three green candles, three green candles, three green candles. Let's look at that. Beautiful. Three, we call it the three white soldiers. Whenever you see it like that, three white soldiers, that's what it is called. The three white soldiers. Look at it, and it's indicating bullish. It's indicating an uptrend. So our three confluence has happened. The market is above the EMA, indicating a buy trend, and we are looking for a buy. Is it at the key level? Yes, it's at the key level. And the candlestick pattern formed? Yes, it formed. So in this case, it's a buy. What I'll look for is my long position measuring tools. I put it above at the third candle, the close of the third one. After the three candles had formed, the close of the third one, I put my entry point there. Then my stop loss, I'll drag it to the end or the beginning of that first candle, and it's showing me that it is 19. The measurement is showing me 19. So 19 plus 5, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 24. So I'll bring it here, and my stop loss will be about 24 pips, as you can see here. So 24 times 3 now, that will now give me 24 times 3, that will give me 72. So what I'm targeting on this trade is about 72 pips. So now let's check it. Did they actually give me that? Let me zoom out. Let's check. 72 pips. I think this is where 72 pips is, and that is it here. Beautiful. So these are just the examples that I can search out from the recent market. You can also do yours. So I've done an example for a sell, which is around here, and I did an example for a buy, which is around here. And this is how it also work on other pairs like Euro USD and their likes, but we said we want to focus on just GBP USD. Some people might decide to target times 3, some people might decide to target times 2, depending on how your risk to reward ratio wants you to go about it. So the first thing, the three things that you should look out for when you are taking a trade on this kind of strategy is that, number one, check, are you trading with the trend? The second one is the current price at a key level? And the third one is, did a clear entry candle formed? In all these examples that I showed, you can see that it's meet up those three requirements. This one was is along the trend, which is a downtrend, correct? It's currently forming at a key level, correct? And a clear entry candle was formed. The same thing with this one too. It's currently on a buy trend, and I'm looking for a buy. It's formed at the key level, and an entry candle formed. So those are the three things that you want to look out for in whatever you are trading. And once you can answer yes to all those three questions, then you can be comfortable with trading that signal. So according to what I posted earlier on the group, the assignment that you have that you can send to my DM is, the first thing is you should open a GBP USD chart on the 15 minutes time frame. Then you wait for the price to approach a zone, confirm the trend direction spot a valid entry candle, then you screenshot it and share it in my DM with the caption lesson 2 completed. This entry makes sense now. So that's what you should just do. For the lesson 1, if you've not done the assignment I also mentioned, please just do it so that it can show that we are following up. And if you learned something new in this video, react to the video so that we can move on. I'm thinking of if you can take 2 lessons today. So this one is the end of lesson 2. If you have any question, you can also go ahead and send it to me in my DM. See you in the next video.